I've decided that I'm just going to have a rant series rather than using specific topics or games, as I've realised I have so much to rant about. If anyone does have any ideas or suggestions, just tell me what topic that you want me to rant about, and I will look into it. Obviously, there are certain subjects that I'm not going to go into. There are certain things that we here at Game Chat find too close to our hearts or don't know enough about to go into details. I'm not going to talk about something that I have no clue about. Anyway, today I thought I would talk a bit about Fable, The Lost Chapters, because it's not as well known as a lot of the other games that we have on here, and I thought you deserve something a bit different. Generally, well, this is an overview of the subjects I'm going to be talking about, is how the game introduces new techniques and skills to the player, game mechanics in general, introductory phases, weapons, all that kind of thing. Also, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't played the game. If you haven't, I recommend you do check it out. This video may actually be beneficial for you if you want to kind of not go through all the cinematics, because there are an awful lot of cinematics. If you just want to get straight into the main gameplay and stuff, this may be a bit useful to help you get into it. So anyway, the story is based around the protagonist, you, becoming a hero and your quests and stuff. You start, however, as a child, living with your mother, father and older sister. Some people think that only being able to play as a male character is sexist, stupid, whatever, but I personally don't mind, as there is just so many features you can customise later on: tattoos, beards, hairstyles, anything like that, so I won't go over the topic today. The fact that you get to play through part of the character's early life, which I don't often see, to be honest. You don't often see in a video game at all. But it is very good as it allows you to kind of connect with the character, and you kind of learn a bit of background information, like how he got here, why he's on these quests. I personally feel that the starting part of the game is pretty much perfect. Obviously, there are a lot of cinematics, and I don't like that. But you do get experience with reputation, you get to help or hinder the other villagers. And although you're actually encouraged by your father to do good deeds, there are other characters who will try and persuade you to follow a different path, and you can actually choose whether you want to do this or not. And as you make these decisions, the townsfolk will start talking about you, how good you are, how bad you are, and it's a great introduction to the idea of having reputation and multiple choice. And don't worry, if you decide to go down a bad path, you can still do good things. You have to get 3 gold by doing 3 good deeds to get a birthday present for your older sister. You can do 3 good things and then do a load of bad things. That's fine if you want to be a bad guy. And I feel it's good that the guilds don't penalise you over this. Obviously the townsfolk do, but that's not the guild. So, off from the good, and I'm afraid into the bad. Once you arrive at the Heroes Guild, I mean, is it just me? They kind of rush you through. I felt that there was more effort put into the beginning of the game when you're a child around the village than any other parts. You get introduced to 3 weapons, which are the 3 weapons that you use throughout the game, which is the sword, the bow, and will. Will is basically magic. However, because of how the game works, you're kind of stuffed if you want to be a ranger or anything like that. I mean, the game is based around choosing your own fate as a hero. Like, you can be a bad hero, you can be a good hero, but it's saying that not all heroes follow the same path. Some do good, some do really terrible things, but for the people that they work for, they are considered heroes still. And I think it's a very good lesson. Some of the lessons that you learn in the game are incredible. But what really annoys me is the fact that, okay, this may be a bit picky and pedantic, but you don't actually get to choose any of the weapons. You get Whisper. She's kind of like your rival. She's got the staff, she's got who knows what else. And then you get given 3 weapons. I think, personally, you should be able to choose 1 ranged, 1 close combat or melee, and then 1 type of will. You could have healing, or you could have... I know you get that later on, but I think you should at least get, say, options for a bow, a crossbow, or a knife, like a throwing knife, and then melee, sword, staff, maybe even martial combat. I don't know. I do feel like the game was rushed a little bit, because I feel like so much time was taken into the village at the start of the game, and it was pretty darn close. It was pretty perfect, actually. I don't actually have any problems with the village at all, really. I think the lighting could be changed when the bandits come, but that's about it. But as soon as you get to the guild, they teach you these set 3 weapons, and then you get to choose which ones you specialise in. Then you get a quest and it's like, oh, see ya. You're supposed to be learning how to use lots of different weapons and this and that, as it says in the cinematic, but you just don't get that gameplay. I think it's like 45% of the game is just cinematics. This is the introductory phase, not the whole game, but when you're in the guild it's like 45% cinematic. It's stupid, because you get like a 5-10 minute scene and then you get a 2-minute cinematic. It's very annoying, but I honestly don't mind listening to the cinematic a few times, but I feel like there isn't quite a bit to do if you know where to go. Like, I would always explore before I moved on to the next stage when I first started playing, but after that I kind of felt, well, I can get the money elsewhere through quests later on, and I don't need the money now. And, like, they don't exactly teach you anything new. Like, the only thing of real interest, actually, the 2 of them, the chest, where you learn about silver keys, and the demon door, but that's about it. But anyway, you're thrown out, well, I wouldn't say thrown out, you're told to go and be a hero by the not left, and yeah, it's pretty much OMG, what is going on? And that's all there is to it. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it, really, because it's just so annoying, because they don't teach you all the techniques in the guild, which I understand, but they don't teach you half of them. Like, you have to learn most of it on your own, but it's kind of like trial and error, and because you only get 1 life, unless you have a resurrection vial, it's really, really annoying, because it's a bit awkward when you save your game sometimes. I don't like saving my game a lot because my computer's really slow. But yeah, I just, even on normal difficulty, when you're supposed to learn and use a new skill, you only use it a couple of times and that's it, and it's so annoying. So yeah, and the other thing I wanted to talk about quickly, because I'm kind of running out of time here, but you always seem to rely heavily on having lots of life and having your sword. Okay, there are certain points when you need to use your bow. There's when you kill the wasp queen. You could really do with using the will or the bow and arrows that you were given. But you can actually get through that phase just with the sword. You can get through most of the game just with the sword. There are certain points where it's convenient to have the other weapons, but a lot of the time you really would struggle using just a bow. See, I wanted my character to be a ranger once, so I started playing through the game, I got a couple quests in, and then I just couldn't get anywhere. I'd like upgraded all my weapons to the highest they could go. I'd upgraded all my armor, but no, just no. I couldn't get through it because I didn't have enough health, and I didn't have enough toughness, and I didn't have enough speed, because I had spec'd in speed and accuracy, I believe, because I wanted my character to become a ranger, and the next one I was going to spec in was Guile, but I just didn't get that far. I kept dying. It was the hobbies. I mean, for any of you who've played Fable, who are faced against a hobby, they are just the most, oh, I just hate them. You can draw your bow back all the way, and it takes a couple of shots like that to destroy them, to kill them. Or it takes endless swipes if you're a ranger and you've got a sword and you just endlessly swipe at them. But they gang up on you. They don't gang up on Whisper. And there are two of you. And to be honest, she just kills them and she's just like, poof, 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 dead, 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 dead. And you're just like, how do you do that, Whisper? Because they'll gang up on you. And then they've got this swingy axe thing where they'll just hit you at 90 miles an hour over and over and over again until you drop. And it's just like, I can't defend against that. I can't put my bow back and draw my sword quick enough and block it quick enough. It's like, it's stupid. You can't get the range to use your bow. The willpower, you could accidentally hit Whisper, it happens, and then she's just like, oh, why do you do that? Your sword is the only weapon you can use. You can only really spec in speed and health and stuff. It's just so annoying. But, yeah, I probably shouldn't go on about it too much, else bad stuff will happen. But you guys, tell me what you think about Fable, whether you agree with me, played the game, not played the game, anything really. And I don't know what I'll be doing next time, but I hope to see you then anyway. And until then, blessed be.